কিছু থাকলে মেক শিওর।
আমি এক দুদিন আগে জানিয়ে দেবো, সো দ্যাট আপনিও তো প্রিপেয়ার হয়ে আসতে পারবেন, আমাকে ভালো করে বুঝিয়ে দিতে পারবেন ব্যাপারটা।
আচ্ছা
ঠিক আছে।
হ্যাঁ, আজকের যে টপিকটা আমরা করব সেটা হচ্ছে ইটস অ্যাবাউট চার্টস অ্যান্ড গ্রাফস। ঠিক আছে, যে ডেটাটাকে অনেক সময় উই হ্যাভ টু গিভ ইট আ রিপ্রেজেন্টেশন ফর্ম in terms of giving some colorful charts, colorful graphics. তো এটাকে এখন অনেকটাই টার্ম হয়ে গেছে ভিজুয়ালাইজেশন। সো ইটস নট জাস্ট ট্রেডিশনাল গ্রাফ বা চার্ট যেটা ছিল আমাদের। ইফ ইউ রিমেম্বার ইন স্কুল টাইমস উই ইউজ টু ডু এক্স অ্যাক্সিস, ওয়াই অ্যাক্সিস, একটা এক্স অ্যাক্সিস, ওয়াই অ্যাক্সিস, ওরকম এখনো আছে, কিন্তু আদার দ্যান দ্যাট দেয়ার আর আদার things that have come up which has made the visualization part much more attractive. এখন ওই ট্রেডিশনাল গ্রাফ বা ওই ট্রেডিশনাল চার্টটা একটু সর্ট অফ বোরিং হয়ে গেছে। হ্যাঁ, লোকে বলে আবার সেই চার্ট দেখবো। সো পিপল থিঙ্ক হাউ টু মেক ইট ইন্টারেস্টিং। ঠিক আছে, আবার হাউ ডু উই রিলেট ইট টু ওয়ার্ক, যে আপনাকে ধরুন কেউ একটা ডেটা দিল যে হাউ আর পিপল ওয়ার্কিং বা হাউ মাচ অফ দ্য ওয়ার্ক হ্যাজ বিন কমপ্লিটেড বা হোয়াট এভার, মানে এরকম ডিফারেন্ট টাইপস অফ ডেটা থাকবে, যেটার ইউ হ্যাভ টু রিপ্রেজেন্ট ইট ইন আ গ্রাফিক্যাল ফরম্যাট। দ্যাট ইজ দ্য অবজেক্টিভ।
ঠিক আছে।
So let's start with something very simple. Let's just start with something, let's say uh, tasks, and we have status. So task, let's say task, I'm just calling them task A, B, C. A, status completed.
Okay.
Task B, status not completed.
এটা রেকর্ডিং করছেন তো?
হ্যাঁ, করছি।
আচ্ছা,
completed. Task C, not completed.
not completed. Pending.
Pending বা pending, বা এটাকে আমরা দুটো তিনটে স্ট্যাটাস করে দিই, ইন প্রোগ্রেস।
ইন প্রোগ্রেস, হ্যাঁ এরকম আছে, আমাদের আছে এটা।
এবার এটাকে ধরুন ডিসি সিডিই করে দিলাম। তারপরে টাস্ক এফ বললাম, এফটা আমি বললাম পেন্ডিং, মানে উই হ্যাভ নট ইয়েট রিচ দেয়ার টাইপস।
তারপর আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, পেন্ডিং, কমপ্লিটেড, ইন প্রোগ্রেস, পেন্ডিং। ওকে, ঠিক আছে, তিনটেতে ভাগ করে দিলাম। ঠিক আছে।
So when I look at this kind of task here, I can create a chart out of this. I can go to insert. যখনই আমার একটা সিঙ্গেল প্যারামিটার থাকে and I want to create a chart, I will first select the data. এখানে একটা recommended charts বলে ওর একটা অপশন আছে। If you click on it, Excel will provide some suggestions.
Okay. Okay, got it.
ঠিক আছে, হ্যাঁ
আরেকবার দেখ।
হ্যাঁ শিওর। এবার এইখানে যেরকম রেকমেন্ডেড চার্টস দিয়েও একটা দেখালো, ইফ ইউ ক্লিক অন দিস অপশন you get to see all charts. From here, you can go to them individually and check if any of these charts are suitable. See, the data is not coming primarily because this is based on a particular text. There are no numbers here.
No numbers here.
Graphs normally expect some kind of numbers to be available. তাহলে এবার কোয়েশ্চেন হচ্ছে, আমরা যখন প্রথম চার্টটা ড্র করলাম, how did it do it? If I look at recommended chart, so how did it do it? There are no numbers here also, isn't it?
Yes.
So what it did is it just took the numbers. See, completed 2 items, in progress 3 items, and pending 4
Okay.
items. So it counted it on its own.
Okay. It got it. So, okay.
Got it?
Got
If
it. Got it.
if I like this chart, then what I will do, I will click on this and I will say OK. And my chart gets created. I can resize the chart as per my need. I can increase the size. I can decrease the size, whatever format I want.
আচ্ছা
Got it?
এটা যে আমরা যে লিজেন্ডস গুলো লিখেছি যেমন এই যে লেফট হ্যান্ড সাইডে যে কমপ্লিটেড ইন প্রোগ্রেস ওর পাশেই রাইট হ্যান্ড সাইডে আমাকে এখানে এসে চার্টটাকে বানাতে হবে
এখানে করে দিল সিস্টেম you can move it anywhere else. If you right click on the chart, you can say move chart and you can move it to a new sheet. So it comes in another totally different chart, another sheet, which looks bigger, nicer, and maybe you want to highlight this. These things we'll see later. I will show you all of them. So
কালার কোডিং
করা যায়। হ্যাঁ, আমি ওটা দেখিয়ে দেবো। So I'll do a repeat. What did we do here? First, I had noted all this.
Okay.
It can be anything. Then I select the data.
Select the data. Go to insert.
Yes. And there is a recommended chart. My recommendation is that always start with recommended chart. Why? Because it will evaluate the data and give you.
Okay.
You also have the option of going to all charts.
Okay.
That you can do later in case you don't like or see there are no other options here. So that is why this is the only option. So you can easily get it.
Yes.
Then you say okay and system will create this chart for you.
Okay.
Clear?
Clear.
Okay.
Nice.
Now let me show you another thing. If I have this data and then I still want, let's say, a pie chart, how many completed, how many not completed. In that case, I can have a single parameter, select it, go to recommended chart. See, it is still not giving me something like a pie chart. Because the numbers are not there. System doesn't know what to do. So if I do this, let's say how many items are here? I have 9 items. 5 and 4, 9. So if I say something like this, I want to do a summary first. So I have completed 2, in progress 3, and pending 4. Later on, when we do pivot table, you will see that this summary can be derived automatically by using the pivot table option. I don't have to do this manually. Now, when I'm doing this recommended chart, see, now it is giving me more options.
Okay. How did you do that once again?
Yes,
can you show me?
I will show you. Okay. So let me show you what I did.
This is fantastic.
Yes. And this is very useful for representing data also.
Yeah.
I have a list of tasks and their status.
Your status.
I want to check how many tasks completed, how many in progress, how many in pending status. So on the side, I will show this to you later, but right now I'm showing you the shorter way of doing this. You can create it and you can say existing worksheet, put it over here, and system will automatically. So it will show you the total.
Yeah.
Now, after you get the total, select it, select the data, and then draw a chart.
That is pie chart.
You can go to this insert and you will get pie chart here directly. If you want a little bit of 3D effect, you can generate it here.
Right.
Sometimes what happens, we might have to show something which is like a pull out, we say. Pull out means one part of it you want to show as a slice part of it like this.
Okay. Okay.
Or you can say this is called as a donut chart.
Donut chart.
So whichever one you want, you can do it.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay.
Now, any chart that you do has three important parts. One part is called as the chart element. Chart element consists of the title, the data labels. These are the data labels, individual data labels. Then there is a legend. Legend is this one, color coding.
Yes, legend.
Now, sometimes what happens, there is not enough space. So what we will do, we'll say none. That means what? The legend goes away. But I don't know what is what color, right? If I'm sending it to somebody like a stakeholder or some top management, they will not know what is what.
What is what?
So what you can do, this is called as the data label. So you come to data label, you can click on individually and the values will appear here like this.
Okay.
Like this one, it is showing you completed as well as the percentage.
Okay. এবার ধরুন আমি লেজেন্ড দেখাতে চাই ওটা সাইডে কর্নার ওটা কিভাবে দেখাবো আরেকবার দেখাবো
Sure. If you want a legend, you can come to this chart element.
আচ্ছা chart element.
Yes. And what do you want? You want legend. So come to legend.
And then right corner, left corner,
Yes.
top, anywhere.
Correct.
Yes, yes. Got it. Good.
So if you want it at the bottom, you can say this.
Add chart element. Okay. So add chart element এমনিতে not দেখা যাবে না.
Nah. You have to click on the chart. Only then will this chart design, analyze pieces come.
Chart design, analyze. আচ্ছা chart design এ যখন যাব তখন ওই chart element.
Exactly. You can either do it from here or the other option is when you click on the chart, you can click on this plus sign.
Okay. আচ্ছা এটাও আছে.
You can do it directly from.
আর এটা নিচে কি color coding or edit? তার নিচে যে
color coding. This is for colors. I am coming to colors, style and color. I'll come to them. So this is about chart element. Now, depending on your chart, the chart element, different options will be enabled. For example, if we go back to our first chart, you will find this chart also has chart elements, but there are a lot more options here.
Data level, error bars.
Because you have different, here you have two axes. One is x-axis, one is y-axis. In a pie chart, it's round. So that's why there are not too many options there.
Okay. Good. আচ্ছা ও ট্রেন্ড লাইনও করা যায় ওটা
Based on this, it will show you a trend.
ধরুন আমাদের কি হয় জানেন তো আপনাকে একটা ছোট এক্সাম্পল দিচ্ছি ধরুন আমার কাছে 15টা হেলিকপ্টার আছে এবার আমার 15টা হেলিকপ্টারের ইঞ্জিন পারফরমেন্স মানে ইঞ্জিনের পাওয়ার চেক করি ঠিক আছে পাওয়ার যখন চেক করি ইঞ্জিনের কিছু কিছু প্যারামিটার নিয়ে আমি করি,
হুম
ধরুন টেম্পারেচার, প্রেসার, এইসব নিয়ে করি। তো এবার কোন ইঞ্জিনটার পারফরমেন্স ডিটোরিয়েট করছে বা ইনক্রিজ হচ্ছে, ওই সিরিয়াল নাম্বার ধরে ট্রেন্ড আমরা বানাই, ট্রেন্ড মনিটরিং বলি,
ওকে ওকে
বুঝতে পেরেছি?
হুম
তার মানে আমরা কি করবো, এক্স অ্যাক্সিস ওয়াই অ্যাক্সিসে একটা পার্টিকুলার ইঞ্জিনের সিরিয়াল নাম্বার দেবো আমি,
কারেক্ট
তারপর এক্স অ্যাক্সিস আর ওয়াই অ্যাক্সিসে আমরা এই করবো যে আওয়ার কত কত ঘন্টা এটা উড়েছে আর কত দিনে,
আচ্ছা
মানে কত, এটা বুঝতে পারছেন, কত
হ্যাঁ
ঘন্টা
হ্যাঁ
আর কত দিনে, নিয়ে এক্স অ্যাক্সিস ওয়াই অ্যাক্সিসে এটার পারফরমেন্সটা কি কমছে না বাড়ছে, সেই ইঞ্জিন হিসেবে আমরা সেই ইঞ্জিনটাকে মেনটেনেন্স বা ওভারঅলে পাঠাই, ট্রেন্ড মনিটরিং বলি এটাকে আমরা।
okay okay yeah you if you have the data what you can do on your data sheet you can try and create a graph and then put the trend line
ওকে ওকে ওকে
then you
মানে
should.
অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমি খালি ট্রেন লাইন বানাতে পারবো না, না গ্রাফ বানিয়ে
না
তারপর ট্রেন লাইন।
সেটারও অপশন আছে so in
আচ্ছা
those cases what will happen it will be through some other function
আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে, সেটা পরে হবে।
okay now we looked at the chart elements right there are different chart elements you can have axis titles so this is
Axis
the
title.
horizontal title this is the vertical so you can say primary horizontal so you get a axis so you can say task status you are making it more explanatory for people when
Okay.
somebody is reading it it should give full information that is the objective right and like
Yeah.
you have primary vertical so when you come here this is the axis title for vertical here you will
Yeah.
say a number of tasks okay
Okay, very good.
so this way you can enhance your chart by giving additional information like this data label suppose you want to show the data items here see this numbers 3 4 5 is coming lot of times
Okay.
people want to see those numbers
Yes.
because from the graph it is not always possible particularly if it is in between to know the exact number
Exact number.
so you can print that exact number here
Yes. Very good.
so this is the chart element and this chart element will be there for all charts that we have then we have quick layout layout defines the complete structure of the chart. For example, if I click here, it is showing me the legend of the total as well as the count of tasks.
Okay.
This is, there are no column titles or row titles.
Okay.
Look at the second one. Second one has individual tasks, numbers, but there is no axis here.
No axis here.
Look at the third option. It has the axis title here, it has the legend here, and the individual breakup. Then fourth one. Fourth one has the table also below it.
Yes.
Sometimes what happens when you take a print, your chart is on one page, print data is on another page. So
And
people have to keep referring, so it becomes inconvenient. So if you
Yes.
keep the data and the table together, it is easy for people to read and see the data at the same time.
Yes. Yes.
It all depends on what you need actually, depending on
Yeah.
your requirement. Then design, the third next option is, this was with the data table. This one is individually. When you bring your cursor, it tells you what chart elements form
What
part of that chart.
actual element chart layout.
This is the next layout.
Okay.
Legend is on the right
Right.
Yeah. After this, see here, it is more like continuous, like a histogram,
Yes.
without any gaps in between.
Right.
Here, background, you
Yes.
have these lines for ease of use. Now,
Good.
yes. Next thing is
Change
the
color.
colors. You can also change or modify the colors by clicking on change colors. I bring my cursor here and click on it. You will find change colors. See, the colors are changing. If I take my cursor, the first line will be used. See, the color has changed. Maybe I want something brighter.
Okay. Okay. আচ্ছা এমন করো যে এটা তিনটে বারের কালার ডিফারেন্ট
করা যায়। Generally, we try to give the same color to those having the same property, except unless you want an exception. For example, you are looking at all these completed, in progress, pending. So maybe completed, you can click on this, just go to completed,
green.
and you want to put it in, go to format.
Okay.
From here, you have shape fill and you have green. This is one way.
Okay.
Another way is you have this brush here.
Yes.
Click on the brush and then you have the colors here.
Okay.
Okay. And if you want to change it, see, there is on the right hand side, there is a fill.
Okay.
From the fill, you can choose a different color.
Okay.
Progress is, let's keep it this way. This one pending. Pending means, let's say I wanted blue in color.
Yeah.
Or some. When you change this color, your legend color also changes.
Changes automatically. Okay. That's good. Very interesting.
So what did we do here? We clicked on the chart. We first created the chart, then clicked on the chart, looked at the design. We looked at the chart elements. We looked at the layout, then colors. Combination of all these three things and more things, they have created something called as styles, chart style. So chart style is a pre-formatted structure where you have these kind of previously structured items here. These are created for you to use as per your need. Maybe something you need, this one looks good, you might think you can use it. You want something like this, you want something like this.
How did you get it? কিভাবে পেলেন? Chart style
Just click on the chart first, go to design, and here you can see chart styles.
Oh, chart style.
Then click on them individually. Whichever style you want, you can bring it up here. See, this one looks pretty innovative kind of chart. Not a traditional one. Okay.
Got it.
So you have to try them out and see which one is best suited. Based on that, you can choose whichever one you want.
Done. Done.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
after this, when I go to this design, there are options here like switch row and column. If I click this, what will happen? All these will move from one axis to another axis. For example, this was like in a different fashion, it has been modified. Earlier it was vertical, now it has become horizontal. See, earlier my table was like this, completed, in progress, pending. If I switch the row and column, my table becomes like this.
Okay. अच्छा टोटलটা নিচে চলে এলো।
Correct. Select data is for selecting individual. Nowadays, we don't suggest anyone to go here and make changes because Excel chart has become so powerful. You can just directly do the changes there itself. You don't need to do it. But in case you ever need to go, you can go to this select data and make changes to your data. For example, this total, suppose you want to call it by something else. Okay. Or this complete, you want to move them up and down or something like this, you can do. For example, let me show you. Suppose I do switch row and column, it becomes like this. I go to select data. Now see, this has come here. Earlier it was over here.
Yes, yes.
Right. So in this fashion, you can see and view changes.
Okay.
Then
design.
design. Now, after doing this chart, you can also make a copy of it. And if you want to see, let me see any other things that I can do out of here. So what I did, I copied it and pasted it. So my original one does not change. But I can make modifications to this one.
Copy thing, control
Yes,
C,
yes, control C, control. Select the chart, copy and paste. Now, if I click on this here, I will get to see design, change chart type.
Okay.
And maybe I want something like this. This one looks a bit 3D. Or you want a totally different format. So we go to change chart type. Then you can click on this. This is one type of chart that you can get. Pie chart.
Graphic.
Yes.
Pie size.
Like we saw, donut, pie, all this. Bar chart you can create. And you say, okay. So you get a bar chart like.
Okay.
Then again, I create. And I say design, change chart type. It tells you whether you can or you cannot. So I'll keep this for now. If that chart is visible, it will show you as a sample here.
Okay.
Like this one, that means this chart is possible.
It a change chart type.
Change chart type, you can.
এটা যে মোর অপশনে আসবে এটা
Go here, go to design, change chart type, and you can see all this.
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে সিলেক্টরটা সিলেক্ট আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে
Okay.
Okay.
Now this is about formatting. Formatting is more about looking at the color, the border, or you sometimes what happens if you are presenting and you want to showcase something. Okay, something like this. Let's say you want to highlight in progress. So you go to format, and then from here, you can insert different shapes. Suppose this oval is there, click on oval. So you want to highlight this. Say
Okay.
no fill. So what happens here is, moment someone looks at this chart, their eyes will go to that oval first.
Oval first. আচ্ছা ওইটা নো ফিল করতে হবে নাহলে
হ্যাঁ
কালার চলে আসবে
exactly. Please make sure to keep this oval shape.
একবার করুন ওটা একবার
If you don't, suppose, let me delete it and create it afresh. Suppose I want to insert a shape. I will select this, go to insert. There are options for illustrations, shapes.
Okay.
Whichever shape you want. Maybe you want an arrow also, you can do it like this.
Okay.
And you can drag or make it smaller.
Okay.
This is to bring some more attention to your chart.
Okay. না আপনি ওই অটো ফিল্টার একবার রাখান ওই যেটা আপনি করলেন ওভাল সেভ করে
I will click this. I will go to insert, click on illustration, click on shapes.
শেপস
Then
Yeah,
this
the oval.
oval, then I will highlight this side. Now this will be colored.
ফুল
Yes. So what I have to do, I have to go to shape fill, or
Shape
from
fill.
the right hand side also, see this format shape has come. I can click on
So-
no fill.
ওকে 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 আচ্ছা এটা রাইট ক্লিক করে হবে না না
Right click করে format shape হয়। এই যে format object আছে না, you can go to format object, which is, this is the format shape. So you can say solid fill, no fill.
না ঠিক আছে
Okay.
ওকে
So
ওকে
this type of chart is something that you can create. Now I'll show you something innovative. Okay, since you are in the helicopter business, let's go and look for a helicopter picture image.
Yeah.
Let's say I like this picture. I will
Yes.
say open. Then I close this. So my image is there. You can take any image of your company's helicopters also. That's okay.
Okay.
Then these shapes that you see here,
Yes.
you can go to this fill option that we had.
Yes.
There is an option to fill up, insert a picture.
Okay.
And then you can say insert and take that helicopter picture and put it there.
আচ্ছা Oh, that's very good.
is just to add some spice into
Yes.
boring charts.
Good.
Now, other thing that we do with this charts and these kind of things is you can copy it, take it to PowerPoint and paste it.
Okay.
So you don't have to create that chart again in PowerPoint. You can go to a blank
Okay.
slide and got it.
Got it. Got it. তার মানে ওই যে কোনো ছবি আমি ধরুন পিকচার থেকে বা গুগল থেকে ইম্পোর্ট করে
Yes.
আমি ওখানে আমি ফিক্স করতে পারি।
Yes, you can.
ইন দ্যাট কেস আমাকে ওই অপশনে যেতে হবে।
Okay.
ওকে। সো আমাকে তাহলে
All right. Now let us look at some other types of chart. Let's say you have a chart like this where we have multiple values. For
Okay.
example, you have, let's say, material, quantity, amount. So think of all the spare parts and all those of a helicopter. I don't know all the right terms, so I'm not
Yeah.
mentioning it.
Wow.
But we can say, you know, item. Let's say item A, item
Item
B.
B.
Yeah, just to be.
Item D.
Now, in this case, since these items are quantity may be low, but the price may be very high.
Very high.
Correct. So suppose
Yes.
you're buying 10 items, each of them could be, let's say, $100,000. So you will get
Yes.
a value like this.
Yes.
Or 5 of this, maybe this one turns out to be something like this.
Yes.
Or you buy 12 items and you get.
Yeah, very fair.
Yeah. So I'm just giving random numbers and
Yes, yes. No issue.
now what is the best type of chart to do for this? You have two axes here. So if you select
Correct.
this,
No.
you go to insert. Where will you go?
Insert.
Then
Recommended chart.
yes, that should be your starting point. So system will create some charts for you and show you.
Yes.
Now, if you look at this chart, you will think, array, there is no quantity here. Where is quantity
Yes.
gone?
Yes.
But quantity, see in the legend, it is telling you there is a color blue, which is quantity. Isn't it?
Yes, quantity.
But it
Where
is not showing. Now the question is, why is it not showing? The reason is, if you look at the quantity, this is 10, whereas the amount here is 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So that quantity number is very small with respect to that amount.
It is not visible?
Yes, because we are using one single axis.
Yes.
Now, just for our understanding, what I will do, 10, I will increase this by 5 zeros and see, one small blue line has come. If I put another 2 zeros here, I will see the bar has come up.
Yes.
That means the bar is there, but the value is so small that it is not showing. So what is our option now? Option,
We'll go,
yes,
we'll go for another chart.
Another chart, or Excel gives you a feature here. Why is this happening? Because both of them we are trying to map on the same axis.
Okay.
One is in tens, another is in lakhs or millions. So they will never gel, they will never show up properly. So what we can do is, we can click on the chart, go to change chart type. Right at the bottom, there is something called as combo chart. Combo chart means it is a combination chart.
Okay.
So in the combination chart, what we are going to do, we are going to use two types of chart. One is an amount, which we are going to say as a column chart.
Okay.
Another is quantity, which we'll do as a line chart.
Okay.
But line chart also, if you see, it is sticking around the zero line because it is 10, 5, 12, 6, 3.
Yes.
Now, if we had another axis here, which was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, it would have been better.
Yep. Better.
So for this quantity, which is on a smaller size, I will click on this secondary axis.
Okay.
Do you see the difference now?
Yes.
So my chart is showing two different axes. One is a axis in millions, another is in 5, 10, 15 units.
Yes.
Making sense? So this is called as the primary axis.
And that is secondary axis.
Secondary axis. And if I say okay, now I will get my chart. That is why it is called as a combination chart, where since it is amount, this one you should read from this axis. Quantity blue line, this one you should read from this axis.
All right. Good. Right. আচ্ছা এরকম হতে পারে যে আমার কাছে চারটে প্যারামিটার আছে, যেমন আপনি এই আইটেম হলো, কোয়ান্টিটি হলো, অ্যামাউন্ট হলো, অ্যানাদার।
Tell me.
ধরুন আইটেম এ, আইটেম বি, আইটেম সি। এবার এবার ই কলামে যদি এরকম আছে, ওটা কি বলবো আপনাকে, ধরুন ইন স্টক, এটা আমার প্রকিউরমেন্ট আর স্টক। আপনি বলতে ম্যাটেরিয়াল কোয়ান্টিটি অ্যামাউন্ট আর ব্যালেন্স স্টক বা ব্যালেন্স আছে, এরকম কিছু আমি দেখাতে চাই।
বা মিনিমাম অর্ডারিং কোয়ান্টিটি।
হ্যাঁ,
এটা হয়তো 4, এটা হয়তো 2, এটা হয়তো 6, এটা হয়তো 3, 2, এটা হয়তো 1। ইন স্টক এটা আছে হয়তো 6, এটা আছে হয়তো 4, এটা আছে 8, এটা আছে।
আমরা থ্রেশহোল্ড বানিয়ে রেখেছি ধরুন 5 আইটেম, যে মিনিমাম 5 এ যখনই আসবে তখন আপনি আই নিড টু অর্ডার।
হ্যাঁ, ইট ইজ লাইক দিস মিনিমাম অর্ডার কোয়ান্টিটি বা থ্রেশহোল্ড, যা বলবেন আর কি। এটাকে মিন ম্যাক্স দিয়েও করে, থ্রেশহোল্ড, মিনিমাম অর্ডার। Okay. Now in this you have 3 things which are similar. So what you can do, you can again create a combo chart only, where
Okay.
what we'll do is we'll select all of this. Then
Okay.
we'll go to insert. Now see recommended chart.
Recommended chart.
Go to all chart.
All
Go to
chart.
combo.
Combo.
So clustered column, we will keep in this amount line. Okay, this amount, which will be my primary axis. All
Right,
these
yeah.
quantities, we will move to a line chart. And that
All things
we will move to the secondary axis.
secondary axis.
So same quantity, multiple
Okay.
lines.
Yes.
If your units are different, then you need more axis.
More axis.
Unless the numbers are very, very similar. For example, I can also, out of this chart, I can also create a normal bar chart or something like this, where I don't want the amount. I just want quantity in stock threshold, because my units will be same. Then what I can do is I can select this, keep the control button pressed and select the other two.
Okay.
Then go to insert, click on recommended chart, all charts, go to line.
Okay.
So it will create a line chart for you.
Line chart.
Without the amount.
Without the amount.
So it, like I said before, it depends on what you need. If you need it just to compare the amounts, compare the quantity, this is a better, what is the quantity, what is in stock, or you can say quantity required, you can say.
Okay.
Now let us look at some other type of charts.
Okay.
Let us say you have a chart like this, where we have the north, where we have the region, state, amount, sales. So we have north, we have got Punjab, we have got NCR, we have got Rajasthan, then east, we have got West Bengal, then we have got Bihar, Odisha, Assam. Then we have got West,
Rajasthan, Gujarat,
Maharashtra. I have actually included Rajasthan in north. So I'll say Madhya Pradesh. Then I come to south. South, I will do
Tamil Nadu,
Tamil Nadu.
Kerala, Bangalore.
Then I have Karnataka.
Oh, Karnataka. AP.
And these are my numbers.
These are the sales figures.
Correct. Now, what type of chart do you think will be suitable for this? Why? Because if you see here, I have got two x-axis here. You get it? If I do a chart like this is my normal chart. If I go to insert recommended chart, it will show me this. But this also, it gets very big. I can also create a map chart like this.
Okay.
All right. Now, depends on what I need. Again, if I look at this data, one quick way to do this is I select this, go to Control G, Special, click on blanks, say OK, and press this and say Control Enter. So everything gets selected. Now see, if I select this data also, I'll get a better chart recommendation, something called as a sunburst.
Okay, charted or something.
What did it do? It first went on this region. Region has a particular color, which is blue. Then I have got state. Actually, region is on the innermost part of the wheel.
Yes. Yes. Then outer layer is just showing the state.
Yes. Outer layer is showing the state. Now, in some cases, you might need to show the numbers here.
Yeah.
You show this.
I want to show the sales amount.
Amount. For that, you come here, click on this plus sign.
Okay.
You have data labels here. Go to data label. More data label options. There's an option to show value.
Value. Category
See,
name.
now the values are shown. Got it?
Got it. So now I could understand. Election result is so much.
Correct. Correct.
Report.
Now, very similar to this, there is another chart which is called as a tree map. What does a tree map do? You can go to insert. See, there is one option. You can go to these directly also. This is the tree map. It's like a box.
Okay.
Here also, if I want to show the values, how will I show it?
Same way, cross the gear and
Yes.
right side.
You tell me.
Right cross the gear.
Then
Click. Then data level.
good.
And then more data level options.
Yes.
Then value.
Okay.
Okay.
So these type of charts, again, like I said, this is not really a chart in the purest form of the word chart, right? We are used to seeing x-axis and y-axis. Here there is neither x-axis nor y-axis, or multiple x-axis, one y-axis. So this often leads to a debate as to what are these? Can we call these charts, or do we call them visuals, or do we call them visualization? whatever. It's up to you, and you can call it whatever you want. But our output remains the same.
Yeah.
Now, when we have this type of state-wise data, or if you are, since you work in the international forum.
Oh.
Hello? আপনি বললেন, আমি বললাম 5টা। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, বসুন, আমি আসছি। Okay. So now here, if you look at this, I have a country and I have sales amount, let's say United States, Brazil, India, United Arab Emirates. Okay. So we have multiples. I'll give some from Europe also. It could be sales, it could be units. You want to show how many helicopters are there in every country or how many operators, you know. So you can have so many different data points. So let's say I have this as 1200, this as 1000, this as 600, this as 1250. And Germany has, let's say, 900, something like this. If you look at a way you can do this chart, traditional one is obviously this chart, the typical charts that we have, or you can create a pie chart also.
Yes.
But the most innovative one currently is this
Map
type of chart. Show it on the map. Let them see. There is a color coding involved here. That is why India numbers are towards the bottom. It's the lowest. So that's why it is a bit grayish.
এই ম্যাপটা আপনার করতে গেলে ইনসার্ট থেকে আসবে এটা?
একদম একদম insert. When I select this, select it, go to insert. Here there is one option of directly going to maps. You can go here also, or you can go to recommended chart and system will show you the map.
Map. Okay. That's good.
These are different ways in which you represent the data. It helps, you know, to make your charts more interesting.
Yes. Yes.
Let me show you another type of chart, which is called as a waterfall chart. What this does is, it shows you a flow, January, February, March.
We call it a flow chart.
Okay, April, May, June, July, let's say every month, and you want to show what has been the sales, let's say. In the month of January, there was, or the amount, let's say negative amount. The company invested, there was no return. In the February, they got 1,000. In the March, they got 3,000. In February, they got 4,000. There was a drop. Again, it became minus 3,500. Then it jumped to 4,500, like this. So this one shows you a negative and positive numbers.
Yeah, ups and downs.
Yes. In that case, you can go to recommended chart. See, there is a chart which is called as a waterfall chart.
Okay.
So what is it showing? This is the zero line.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What are the differences it is showing? You started with minus 10,000. Then there was an increase. Then there was another increase, another increase. You went towards zero. So that means at this point of level, your total investment of 10,000 has been covered. So you are at zero level.
Yes.
Following month, again there was a drop. And again, you had food. So now you're net positive here.
Yes.
It is above the zero line.
Yes.
Got it?
Got it. Got it. এটা সেন্সেক্সে ইউজ হয় এটা অনেক সময়।
হ্যাঁ। So this kind of flow where there is a positive and negative amount is called as a waterfall chart. Another type of chart that we often use is what we call as a bubble chart. For example, you have a list of the countries and you have the sales figure. I go to insert and recommended chart. If you scroll down, you will see all chart.
XY scatter.
Like that, yes. Some things which are similar, they are close by.
Okay. Okay.
Like this area is showing you the figures. Now on this, if you want more options, you can show the axis title, you can show the data labels.
Yes. Acha. Can I click all multiple options?
Ah.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। না আপনি মনে করে হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে ডিজাইনটা করেছেন।
So here, if you look at it, these two figures are very close by. That's why they are coming together. If I make it like 2000, then you will get it a little bit away.
Away.
It shows you the affination. Basically, it is showing you how they are related to each other.
Each other.
See, this one is like a dot. And if you want a label here, maybe you want a legend also. It will show you the sales figures. And data labels, you can say data call out. So it will show you these numbers. And another very nice thing about these is when you get numbers and all, what will be the size of the number? Okay. So that means what is the general size of it? So if you show it in number pattern, so this will get converted into numbers and this is the size. Okay. And
The size again change করা করতে পারবে।
Now, if I go to this marker series options, fill, line, no line, or markers, how do I want it basically? Okay. So, automatic. So all depends actually on what you need here. Marker options, it's automatic type is this. Okay. So
नीचे size
uh,
नीचे
you can resize this. Okay. Based on, and then you can say no fill or you can say solid fill.
solid fill.
And you can change the colors. You can vary the colors by point. So each will have a different color.
Yes.
This is largely, your art related stuff. So like art is something that you need to be very, very patient.
Yeah.
Here also it is the same thing.
This.
Yeah. And there is also another type of chart that we often use, which is called as the funnel chart.
Okay.
Funnel chart is when you have similar figure, you click on this, scroll down, you will see this
Okay.
funnel. It's like a funnel chart. Usually funnel charts we try to make, which is like, small to large or sorted based on sorted data, then that will look better. See, if I sort it now, see, this looks better.
Better.
So in that case, the data has to be sorted, either ascending or descending.
Okay, sorted. উপরে নিয়ে
Correct.
A to Z or
and then these alignments also, if required, you can then take care of it by these design part of it. Shape fill, shape outline, shape effects, all these things you can do. Okay, then this alignment, you can also, when you have this, you can do these are different things that you can try. Okay, but again, like I said, either you just stick with what Microsoft is giving us, or you can try and do some R&D and look at which one is a better option. It depends on how you want it actually. I keep repeating the same thing. So got it?
Got it. Got it.
So
অনেক টাইপের চার্ট
recommended chart is the best option. Start with the recommended chart and
তারপরে যেটা আমার
all charts. এখানে you get the surface, radar, histogram, waterfall, funnel. Okay.
আর যেটা আমার রিকোয়ারমেন্ট আমি সেটা চুজ করে নেব, বেটার হবে ওইটাই।
Yes. Now let me show you another type of chart.
Okay.
Which works with multiple, when you have multiple lines that you were talking about, and like we have states and all. If I were to draw a line chart or a bar chart with this, it will become very, very big. So for example, if I do a round, see how big is this?
Yes.
Or look at this, or look at this. This is also okay, but if you have 40 lines, it becomes difficult for you to do this, right? Now, let's say this sales figure, you had March, April, May, like this.
Yes.
So each of them will probably have one line. And then If I were to ask you to draw a chart of this, which one will you draw? There are so many lines, so many things, and just look at the chart that will get out of it. Just look at this.
I will go for map.
Map is one option, but here only one axis will show. But here you have so many months. How will you depict that? For this, Microsoft has given us something called as spark lines. You see here, spark lines. What spark line does is, it will create individual chart for each line.
Okay.
So if I say line chart here, it will ask me for the data range. What is data range? Where does my data lie?
Okay. Data line from C132
132 to
uh,
D2O. Maybe I don't want C, or if I want C, I will say C. So it will show me a chart in one cell. And then I can just drag this and put it on others. If there are any changes, for example, 10,000 becomes, instead of 10,400, 1,40,000, you get 1,04,000, you get 94,000. You will see there is a drop here.
okay.
It is showing you the trend. Okay, it is not showing you the exact picture, but it is showing you a general trend. Remember that.
Okay. এটা আপনি আরেকবার বলে দিন আমাকে।
Sure. What did we do? I have a big chart like this. I go to the first one and go to an empty cell. I go to insert. There is spark lines here. So if I want, this time I will choose column. So whether you choose line, column, doesn't matter. You have to first give the data range, and you say my data range is from here to here.
Okay.
And where is the location? That means where do you want the graph? You say.
At picture. Okay.
So this is a column chart. These column chart you can also change to line chart, or line chart you can change to column chart. How do we do that? Click on this line chart and say line chart. You can click on column. This will become a column chart. And you can also highlight this, which is the highest point, which is the lowest point, which are negative points, or which is the first point, which is the last point. So this helps you to highlight your chart in a better manner.
Okay.
Here also, this was a column chart. If required, I can change it to line chart. I click on this. I get the option for spark lines and click on line. The design will come. You can see the design here.
Yes.
And here you can then switch it to from column to chart, chart to column.
Okay.
You might have seen in the stock market, for the different stocks, for each stock, they give you a graph.
Yes.
Chart. So you can look at the trend. Okay.
Okay.
That's good. Now, one last thing, let me show you. when you create these charts, if you remember the first one, we did a lot of changes here as per our requirement. We added a
Yes.
data table or we added a format and we did all these changes here, right? In these charts and all these other charts. So when you do these kind of changes in the corporate world, often people ask that, same uniform look and feel must be there. Every chart must have this, that. So they try to ensure there is uniformity in the charts.
Okay.
So for that purpose, each company can have its own template. Which one is, if you right click on it, you have an option to save as template here. See, it is disabled. That means this chart you cannot do. Instead, you have to go to this kind of chart. You will see save as template.
Okay. যদি
And-
কোম্পানি কোন রকম একটা ফরম্যাট
হ্যাঁ,
দিয়ে থাকে
format দিয়ে দেয়. Then, okay, maybe I am saving it as your name and I say save. So it will get saved. Next time, if I want to create a chart here, what I can do is I can select the entire data, go to the chart design, go to insert, recommended chart, and see under templates, you can see your name here.
Yes.
See this right at the top. So moment you say okay, the entire look and feel will come, which is exactly similar to what you had saved it with.
Okay. Okay.
So you don't have to redo those steps each time.